Yo boys, what's going on? Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 21 Villarreal career mode. Today we kick it off with a massive game as we start December by taking on Real Madrid. The transfer window will open in this one, so I'm going to do some thinking in the background on who we might want to list, who we might want to get rid of, and potentially who we might want to start bringing in as we hit the January transfer window. I think there needs to be a few changes if we're going to go on and try and win the Champions League and the league this season. If not, it might need another season, depending on what you guys want to see, whether you want to see it start the new series or not straight after this season, or go on for one more. Let's pick the team to take on Real Madrid, but first of all, boys, if you are new around here, please smash that subscribe button and go on to like the video, then like it. I would really appreciate that. We are very, very close to 1k. I'd love to hit 1k before the new games come out, because I know there's probably going to be a boom of new people that come in when the new games come out and we hit the ground running with them, just like there was when these games come out. I'd love to have hit 1k by then. Thank you very much for watching, boys. Let's get into it. Let's pick the team to take on Real Madrid. A couple of force changes because this game has come in really quick succession considering the last ones. Real Madrid, this is a big one though. We really need to get back on form in the league. They have a very, very good team. They've got a really good team. This is not going to be easy. They're not having the world's greatest season. Obviously, that's Barcelona at the moment. So hopefully, we can take advantage of that aging back line that they've got. What a way to start an episode with such a big game. What a way to start an episode with such a big game. This one will not be easy as well. The Real Madrid squad is really good, especially going forward. They've got some great youth in the team. James Madison there as well. Dele Alli, Renier, Vinicius Jr., Asensio. It's not going to be easy. I know we've got a big January coming up as well. We don't usually spend a lot in January. I know this January is going to have to be... It's important. We're going to have to make some key signings if we're going to go on and win this league. Or the Champions League, because these big teams, they're no joke. I think MA's done really well there to win the ball back. Draxler now. Can he do? And try and fire that one across. I saw Robertone coming in. He hits it. Oh, I thought that was going in. Saw Robertone coming in from the back post. It was the right ball in. He gets his foot on it. Sergio Ramos, I think that deflects off. I'm not sure he would. Look, I wish I could have kicked that. I'm not sure that would have gone in, but oh, apparently it didn't. It just went all the way through. Unlucky. Bright start from us here. Oh, great ball over the top here from Real Madrid to Vinicius Jr. And that is absolutely superb from Yannick Vestergaard. What a moment that is at the back. Vinicius was easily in, and Yannick did the job when we needed him to. We've got a lot of pace here at Real Madrid to get in behind, like with Asensio here. And he's done a good job there on Pau Torres. And luckily for us, Marcos Acuna's there. But they have that pace to get in behind. We might have some pace to get in behind now. Marcos Acuna tries to slide that across to Inaki Williams, who took it well. Plays in Adieme, maybe. Sergio Ramos is there. Oh, Vinicius now has it in a really dangerous position. He's the last man you want having the ball in this position. Yannick Vestergaard does just enough, though. I think he played it off Vinicius as well. That'll bring the first half to a close, and a really tight, tentative game so far here at the Bernabeu. We need to try and kick up into another gear, but it's very difficult at the moment. 0-0. Draxler now, out wide. Pulls that one back. Coquelin. He needs a bit of help, doesn't he? There's just not much room for us to work the ball through here. We're going to find Robertone, who tries to play in Coquelin. He gets a touch. Can he get the goal? Coquelin with the goal on this snowy day at the Santiago Bernabeu. Oh, I didn't think he was going to be able to get that in past the post once he'd run that far wide. It was a lovely ball in from Robertone. Takes it away from Courtois. And what a finish that is from Coquelin. Still proving how important he is. Still proving maybe we don't need to sign another centre mid, and Coquelin can do the business for us. Coming forward now, Real Madrid, and they've just got bags and bags of pace. I thought he'd taken that out there, maybe. No, Madison on the ball now. What can he do? He's a very creative player. Back centrally. Gini Wijnaldum now. Against Pau Torres. Oh, he's still going to end up with the ball back, though. Pau Torres get back to him. He can. And he gets the ball away to Coquelin. Inaki Williams now. What can Adieme do? He's going to play that to Draxler. Needs some bodies making those runs forward. Draxler now. Good footwork from him. Oh, he's played in Adieme. Is this it? Is this the moment that we win the game? Adieme with a goal on the counter-attack. Draxler with a brilliant pass. on the dribble, and that'll be 2-0 Villarreal, and I am extremely happy. This is a massive result that we knew we needed to win if we're going to keep up pace with Barcelona this season. We couldn't afford to drop points again. It's a good run between the two. It's a good dribble from Draxler and a pass, and that'll make it 2-0. I hate to just bring him off straight after a goal as well, but he is very tired, so is Coquelin, so it makes sense to have the fresh legs at the moment in this one. Vlahovic gets another important opportunity, yet to really show what he can do. Hopefully this is the game. Real Madrid now making a substitution. So Renier's coming off. I didn't quite see who they brought on for him. Renier's not really had any opportunities in this game. That looks like Borja Mayoral to me. Did I nail it? I did. What a smart human being I am. Manolas will lift it in towards him. And Naily didn't look too smart after that opportunity. And now, oh, we're going to have space to run into here with Gerard Deulofeu. We're going to have a lot of space to run into here with Gerard Deulofeu. The question is the ball in good enough? And it's not, because he's brought down and he looks to be injured. We're not going to risk it. Deulofeu looked injured there. Felipe Anderson will come on. We've got that opportunity off the bench. That's all the subs made now. We're going to whip this one in. Pau Torres is in there, and it's over the bar again. There's been a few now that he's had opportunities with, and he's just blazed it over the bar. Unlucky. Late free kick here for Madrid. Madison over it. It's a good position. He's got to loft it in, which is a surprise, but it doesn't matter because it was a beautiful ball in. And Vinicius Jr. makes it 2-1. And there is time still left on the clock. We need to batten down the hatches here, boys. 2-1 now. What a ball in this is from Madison. Cannot make no lies about that. And he just gets there ahead of his man. Loops it over Lafon and into the back of the net. Well, Felipe Anderson has found himself in a good position. Can he whip it in? He does towards Vlahovic, and Ramos into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. But that will be game, set and match. We did do just that. We battened down the hatches. And we managed to get a 2-1 victory here. Real Madrid will be disappointed because they did have a few opportunities. They definitely grew into the game as it went on. But we managed to find two big gaps in that defence to get ourselves the 2 goals that we needed. One from Coquelin and one from Adeyemi. Happy days for me, the manager. It's another 3 points on the board when needed. Really tight affair, that. Really tight affair. It was one of those games where you're laser focused in. It's a good job we don't have the camera on while the games are on, because I was super laser focused in. Now let's take a look at the calendar for the rest of this month. There's only 3 games left of the month because there is a winter break here in Spain. We're going to take on Espanyol next and Deportivo Alaves. I might sim one of them. I'm not too sure because I would love to not press that button. I'd love to not press that button. I would love to start deep diving into this month, play the away Super Copa game, also play the Celta Vigo game. That would mean we need to sim one of those other 2 games. It would be nice as well to maybe sign a player around this part and hopefully bring them in, get to see how they do in their first game at the club. I'm kind of happy with the squad. The only question mark would be Michael Cuisance. Now the question, I suppose, really is, do we keep him or move him on? I do think I'm going to sign another centre mid. I'm not fully sure yet, but I think I am. And I think I'm going to have to sign another striker because of the situation we find ourselves in. We will take a look at Gerard Deulofeu's injury in a second here. But do we sell Michael Cuisance? Do we move him on? Because he's just not been good enough. And I think the problem is I'm comparing him to Robertone when he plays. I know that. And Robertone's been unbelievable. But Cuisance just hasn't been close. Deulofeu as well will be out for 4 weeks, which is a good reason why we bought Felipe Anderson. Now having Arbe and Anderson in those slots, I feel more than comfortable. He can be injured, and we've still got quality in those positions. The squad to take on Espanyol is this. We're going to go with a 4-2-3-1. I think it makes sense not using 2 strikers again, just purely because of tired legs. Inaki Williams starts up top. Felipe Anderson in behind him. Chukwueze on the right. Arbe on the left. Cuisance and Alvarez in the centre of the park, giving Cuisance another game. I'm trying to give him the opportunities. I know he'll still improve at 23. I am trying to give him the opportunities. I just don't think he's mobile enough. Bashik comes in the net because we need to give him some game time as the young goalkeeper. Cuisance again been found here. Nice bit of play. We'll use that run there, won't we, of Arbe. And Aki Williams now around the corner for Felipe Anderson. He needed a bit of help. He's going to find Inaki Williams. Got the touch to take him past. And it's a good save from the goalkeeper. It's always going to be a really tight angle for him to get the shot off there. But nice bit of play between him and Felipe Anderson. Oh, we've done really well there. Chukwueze now. Good footwork from him. Oh, he continues the good footwork. He's got Arbe making that run. Needs a bit of help, doesn't he? He's going to get it in Inaki Williams, who couldn't get to the ball, and that is not good. He stayed down holding his knee, although he's got straight back up. Maybe he's done a bit of an immobile there. Hopefully he's all right. Sloppy start so far from Espanyol. We're going to look to try and utilise on that sloppy start. I'm going to go out here wide to Arbe. I want Arbe running at them when he can. That's not bad footwork, is it, from Abe? Oh, I thought he'd done just enough to get himself inside. We're still in a very good position, though, aren't we? Cuisance now needs a bit of help. He's got it in the form of Felipe Anderson. Felipe Anderson. Oh, he's done really well. He's done really well. Felipe Anderson. He got a bit of power on that, didn't he? Straight at the goalkeeper, though. Naki Williams now tries to thread that one out wide. He's done really well. Chukwueze will collect this. Chukwueze now. He wanted Inaki to keep running. He's been fouled. I wanted the ball into Inaki then. The run was being made perfectly. I couldn't get it, but can Felipe Anderson do something with this? I don't know if I can. I'm going to give it a go. Let's see what happens. Good dip, way wide. No Gerard Moreno, is he? We've managed to hit half-time, still at 0-0. I'm not quite sure how. We've had a really wealth of opportunities. A wealth of opportunities, and we've not really taken any of them. You should just be a little bit more clinical in the second half. We've dominated the game, though. Felipe Anderson's been found here. What can he do? He wants Abe, doesn't he? Yeah, he knew he wanted Abe. Abe now for 1-0. Abe now for 1-0. And that was the moment we needed. That was the breakthrough we needed. Abe had an acre of space there. You can't give him that kind of space. And we know the tight angles, Abe's decent. He's decent. We know if we get him in the tight angles, he's going to have a good time. And here we go, 1-0. Smart from Felipe Anderson just to slow it down a little bit. Take everyone out of play. Well, they found Felipe Anderson again now. What can he do? He's going to try and dink that one in towards Inaki Williams. He's having a great game in this one, is Felipe. He really is. He's going to try and lift it in again to Inaki Williams, and he gets it to him. And that should have been another goal. Well, we're making a triple sub now just to freshen stuff up. There's some tired legs out there. We've really been pushing the pace in this game. I'd say the star of this one so far has got to be Felipe Anderson. Been really impressed with him. He's dominated that midfield. And the ball then to Inaki Williams. He's got to score it. Chukwueze's done brilliantly there to win that back. And the turn of pace he's got, you know he's going to cause problems instantly. Vlahovic now. Back into Draxler. Wasn't a great ball, was it? But Cuisance is going to be there to be found. And he can't do anything with it. Certainly should have been more than just a 1-0 win here today, in my opinion. But you cannot complain when you rotate the squad and you get the win regardless. That's all that matters when you've got this squad rotation out on the pitch, that they go and do the job. Abe with a goal today, all important. But I think Felipe Anderson, for me, was the star of the show. Still 3 points behind Barcelona, though. That Barca game is going to be all important when we play them again. Oh, it's going to be tight, that one. We really need to have a good performance when we play them again. Let's go and play Deportivo Alaves now. I think I'm going to sim this one. I feel confident simming it. They're not in an unbelievable league position, and we're on a really good run of form. And usually when you're in good form, you can get away with simming games. We've put pretty much the fullest strength squad we can put out there to take on Alaves. Hopefully, the quick sim does yield a good result. I'm expecting it to, if I'm being 100% honest. And there we go. 2-1 victory. Robertone with the goal, as well as Marcos Acuna. In a game that we dominated, they had one chance and they took it. So I've just been let know that we're at risk of losing 2 players. Chukwueze being one of them and Mario Gaspar the other. Let's re-sign them. How have I made that oversight when going through contracts? So Mario Gaspar's just going to move to another year. Considering his age, I'm okay with that. I'll accept that negotiation. Just an extra year on his contract. It makes sense at the age that he is now at 32 that we don't give him a 3 or 4 year contract. Luckily for us, Chukwueze will accept a 4-year extension at the club for the long term on 54 grand a week. I'm very happy with that. He just keeps getting better and better at 83 rated now. He really does have something special. Right, boys, so we've got Lychee returning from... I know I can't say his name, all right? I know I can't say his name. We've got him returning from loan from Brentford. So there's a decision there. Do we use him? Do we send him back? Might be handy to have an extra right back. The transfer window is now open, and Gerard Deulofeu's back. It's not the Gerard I really would like to have back, but still, he's having a bloody good time for us, and he's back and can start to get back into the fold of the team. Now, here's who we have on the transfer list at the minute. Transfer hub, I should say. Who we've got at the moment, who we could potentially pick up. I think we want centre mid. I genuinely think all we need is centre mid. I've got to be cautious because we might lose players in this window. You never know what's going to happen bid-wise. The fingers crossed moment here at the moment. Rayleigh, please, Robertone, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Hopefully he'll be staying around. But there are some options here and some good young ones in Camavinga, maybe. De Silva as well. Players I've not used, although we are probably only going to get a season out of them. Rotation is key, though, that I'm looking at the moment. Now, a player that has been mentioned, who I don't think I have on the list, although Mohamed Ehan could be good. I think we're going to look at him. He's just been recommended, actually, in a comment, literally just before I recorded this section. So thank you, Mr. Snapman. We're going to take a quick look at him. And that is 23-year-old Roma Cam Nicolo Zaniolo. Brilliant player. Fantastic player. And I'm going to add him instantly to the transfer hub. So let me know what you think about maybe bringing in Zaniolo and potentially... Another player that was suggested as well was Victor Osimhen. Now, the problem with that is Napoli are doing okay at the moment. I imagine he's their starting striker from what I can see, and he's valued very heavily. So I'm very interested in him, but I don't think this will be the save that we get him. I will shortlist him regardless, but I don't think this will be the save that we manage to get him just purely because of that price point. We have a transfer bid actually for Michael Cuisance. We haven't transfer listed him. It is the champions of the league last season, Atletico Madrid coming in, 25.4 million. I'm going to renegotiate this, and I know I did beg the question of what should we do with Michael Cuisance. I'm not particularly happy with him or his performances. I do think we should bring somebody else in, and this could be a good bid from a team that won the league last season. Let's negotiate it. I certainly want more than 25, especially when they're saying we should be pushing 40, but 35 would be a good medium if they'll just go up 10 million. It looks like they're going to stand their ground in. Now, I do have transfers on very strict, and maybe because Michael Cuisance isn't having a good year and he's a little bit out of favour at the club, we wouldn't get the correct deal. But I will take 31.4 million for Cuisance. We certainly didn't pay anywhere near that for him. And he will, well, I imagine now he'll join Atletico Madrid. It's a little bit of a shame. I wanted him to be fantastic for us. I wanted him to be great. He just hasn't done it. Here we go for the Super Cup game. I have rotated a little bit, only a touch, and Dicker comes back in. It's his first game back since the very start of the season when he got injured. Chukwueze is going to play on the left, Draxler on the right, Adeyemi and Williams up top. Coquelin in the centre of the park today. I want to kind of save Robertone for the next match, but also I think Coquelin gives a little bit more of a defensive output than what Robertone does. Robertone should be great coming off the bench when they've got tired legs as the game goes on. They do bring Hazard back in for this game, Real Madrid. Of course, just beating them very recently 2-0. Let's see how they do today. I have to remember as well, we're playing Real Madrid again very soon, but we find ourselves back in the Bernabeu this episode. This time for the semi-final of the Super Cup. We are the reigning champions, if I believe correctly. And this is a big opportunity again for some more silverware this season. But it isn't the most important tournament we're in this year. I have to keep that in mind. The Champions League and the league is all important for me at the moment. But I always want to beat Real Madrid. I always want to beat Barcelona. I always want to beat the big teams when you come up against them. What a stadium this is. One I'd love to visit in real life, boys. I would love to visit this in real life. Big day for Inaki Williams and Adeyemi up top. Inaki's slowly growing into this side and becoming more and more impressive as time goes on. They brought Hazard back in for this one, which is a little bit of a shame because Vinicius Jr. scored the goal for them. And a very good performance, to be honest with you, in that first game. Be interesting to see how Hazard gets on. His career really has stalled in real life, as it stalled as much in FIFA. Dele Alli there to Kieran Tierney. They do look good. Renier did not go... Oh, Gini Wijnaldum, saucy. Renier did not get on the ball enough in that last match. We can easily say that. Dele Alli now against Alvarez. And will retain possession. He didn't get on the ball as much as they would like. Will that change in this one? Now, Marcus Acuna's got a lot of pace. I have just been thinking, though, boys, that maybe... Oh, come on, ref! Inaki Williams surely pushed there that maybe we could do with another left-back. Acuna and both Moreno are getting on a little bit. I wouldn't mind a young left-back for the future. Suggestions down below, please, lads. The question for Real Madrid here is going to be revenge. And Dicker's got a really big game ahead of him. I'm just happy to have him back on the pitch, though. And that is not the kind of space you want this man running into. What Inaki Williams do now? He waited for Adeyemi again. Adeyemi's touch wasn't bad. Back to Inaki Williams. He's strong enough. Oh, I think that might have just been offside. Adeyemi shoots it, but it was offside. Nice bit of play, though, between the boys. Need more of that as this game goes on. Oh, he might have a good ball going forward here for Coquelin. That's lovely. He's got Julian Draxler across here. What can Draxler do? He's going to fire that one across. Maybe. Oh, Kieran Tierney clears that out for a corner. Adeyemi with a diving header there would have been beautiful. We'll take the corner, though. We've done all right from these at the moment. Pau Torres seems to be getting on them a lot, but sending them over the bar. Chukwueze now. Lifts that one in. Oh, he went past everyone. Kieran Tierney slowly passed it back to the goalkeeper. Put him in a bit of trouble there, but Real Madrid will get away with it. Coquelin did great there to set through Chukwueze. Inaki Williams did well to get himself onside, and I think he did. Inaki Williams now for the finish. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely sensational from Inaki Williams. We said he needed to have a big impact in this one. That's exactly how you have that impact. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant here at the Bernabeu. Look at the fans. They're up in the top, in the rafters. Absolutely bouncing with this. Good play from Chukwueze. Inaki Williams gets himself back on side, and that is a brilliant finish past Courtois. He'll be unhappy he's beaten at the near post. Well, we might just have Real Madrid's number this season, which is good because we play them again coming up. Draxler there out wide to Gaspar. We do play them again coming up, so if we do have their number, that would be great news. Gaspar now, if he can fire that one in, he does. Adieme's touch just wasn't there, was it? I'll go out for a goal kick. He probably should have tried to flick that across. We saw that with Robertone recently. Slow day at the office for Hazard. Been non-existent in this one, to be fair. I don't remember him touching the football. That'll be the whistle for half-time, and so far, so good for the yellow submarine here. And I'm excited to see if we can keep this up. 1 goal to the good. That man there, Inaki Williams, some great play with him and Chukwueze to get us the goal. Real Madrid will come out firing in the second half. There's no doubt about that. Chukwueze there has been played in beautifully. What can he do now? Waiting for the run of Adieme. He just couldn't get in front. Nice bright start to the second half. Real Madrid will need to do better this second half, though. I'm tempted to toy with the sliders again, but I think we'll leave the sliders now until the new series that's coming up. After this series, I'm excited to bring that one to you as well. It's going to be something a little bit different, and the first time we'll have managed in England this year on FIFA, which is crazy, right? We're coming towards the end of the FIFA game cycle into the next FIFA. It'll be the first time I've managed in England. I'm told that's probably not the right way to go for the algorithm, but I have enjoyed managing on foreign soil, and that is the wrong ball. I wanted Coquelin. I think he's offside. Oh, he wasn't. Oh, he was in the end. I thought so. I wanted Coquelin there. I didn't want the ball to Adeyemi. You can see Coquelin streaming through the centre as well. It's the ball I was trying to play on. But yeah, the first time managing in England on FIFA 21. I think we will manage in England a little bit more in FIFA 22. Excited with that coming round the corner. I'm excited to find out more information as well. Those on the inside, of course, will know more. Mobley coming on now for Renier. That's a good substitution for Real Madrid to be able to make, isn't it? Let's be honest. But yeah, FIFA 22 around the corner, boys. Feel free to let me know who you think you'll be managing. We'll be ramping up some FIFA 22 content soon, as that's not a bad ball through, but we'll see it go all the way through. We might make some subs now as well. It was this time in the game that I said would be great for Robertone. He's going to come on. We're going to bring on Vlahovic as well. Hopefully he could be a nuisance up top. Adeyemi been a little bit cold in this one today, but again, he's up against one of the best teams in the world in Real Madrid. Can't complain too much. Substitution for Real Madrid there. We're going to see Bernardo Silva come on now. We didn't see him in the last game, which was interesting. I'm going to go straight up to Inaki Williams then. He's going to let Chukwueze run off him. Chukwueze is going to cut inside. He's got the pace. So does the left back, which is the problem. He'll just stab it forward. Inaki Williams now doesn't have to turn on him. Oh, Vlahovic, can he keep hold of it? He does. Can he fire off a shot? He can't. Sergio Ramos is there. A little bit of a stumble there at the back. Well defended in the end by Real Madrid. That was a good ball played there by Inaki Williams. He's found Marcos Acuna. Acuna now waiting for a runner. He's found it in Robertone. Robertone pulled a lot of players out of position there. Tries to fire it across for Draxler. Back into Vlahovic. And in the end, he's miles offside. Well, there we go. It will be full-time as well. 1-0 victory for Villarreal here against Real Madrid in the Cup. It was a really tightly contested game. But that's twice now we've played against Real Madrid, and twice they've failed to beat us. I'll take anything from us as Robertone helps Sergio Ramos get up there. I'm very, very happy with that result, and that man will be happy as well. Inaki Williams joined the club for moments like that. He got one today. Brilliant result. Well, of course, this happens back-to-back. I completely forgot about that. We will have the Super Cup final, but I think we're going to leave that for next episode because we've got some questions now about transfers coming in. Potentially now is what we need. A left-back, young, centre mid, and another striker, I think. I just don't feel like I can rely on Vlahovic. And Adeyemi is great sometimes, but not all the time. And that's a little bit of a problem. His hot start to the season made it feel like he was going to be the answer. And then he slowly slowed down as the season's gone on. So potentially could use a new striker up there. Cuisance has been sold for 26.5. Well, for 31.4, but will receive 26.5 into the transfer kitty, which is pretty healthy. 191 million, but in my brain, we don't have 191 million. We have probably 100 million, if that, considering sales and what's gone on. I'm roughly okay to spend around the 100 million mark and feel comfortable and confident with the transfer policy. But anyway, boys, thank you very much for watching. Let's take a cheeky look what we're going to have in the next episode. Obviously, we have the cup final, which we will start the episode off with. And then we will make some transfers. We will play Celta Vigo, Real Madrid, and Osasuna. Maybe simulate the Osasuna game. We'll see how we feel. I want to, as the seasons go on, simulate a little bit more so that we can get through more of the fun part of the season. Of course, with the Champions League coming up as well against Sporting. I cannot wait for that. That should be great. If you are new around here, boys, please smash that subscribe button. We're very close now to 1K. Honestly, I say thank you so much to you, and I pretty much say it in every episode. But 1K is probably the biggest goal that you'll ever have on YouTube, because 1K means you can apply for partnership on YouTube. We've had the watch hours for a long time, which I can show you right here. As you can see, we smashed the watch hours. You need 4,000. We've had above 4,000 for most of this year, if I'm being honest with you. We got that initial 4,000 probably in the first FIFA and PES series. So we've smashed that. We've absolutely smashed it. We just need to hit the 1K goal now. And that's the biggest goal I think you can have on YouTube, is once you've got partnership, then it can only go up from there. I thank you very much, boys. I appreciate the support. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one, where we're in a cup final again. Can we lift the trophy to start the next episode? I hope so.